Primo Wasteman here, and today I'm going to share with you guys my Premier League predictions for the 2021-22 season. Today I'm going to be sharing with you guys where I think each of the 20 Premier League teams are going to be finishing this season, and also I'm going to be sharing with you guys a forfeit that I promise I will do if one of my predictions goes wrong. Alright, so here we go. In 20th, rock bottom of the league, we got Norwich, and the reason I've gone for Norwich to finish in last place is because their squad, it hasn't changed that much since the last time they were in the Premier League. They're still relying on Timo Pukki to score goals. They still got Daniel Farke as their manager, and to be honest, I think that this season their Premier League stay is going to end like their last Premier League stay, which is them not only getting relegated but also finishing bottom of the league. Sorry Norwich fans, but it's just how it is. Anyway, 19th, we got Crystal Palace, and the reason I've gone for Crystal Palace is because Patrick Vieira, he was an amazing player at Arsenal, but in the Crystal Palace dugout as the manager, I just think he's going to be a waste of time and energy. And putting an inexperienced manager in charge of a team that every single season are, fighting relegation, I think this might as well be the season where Crystal Palace go down. So yeah, 18th, we got Southampton. And the reason I've gone for Southampton is because, they've been a mess for quite a while now. Last season, they lost 9-0 against Man United. The season before that, they lost 9-0 to Leicester. So that shows that their defence is a mess. And in terms of attacking options, their star striker Danny Ings, he's gone to Aston Villa, and they replaced him with a guy, I think his name is Adam Armstrong. And I've heard he's a good player from the Championship, but I don't think he'll carry on the same form in the Premier League. So we've done the teams that I think are going to be getting relegated: Southampton, Crystal Palace, Norwich. Comment down below whether you think that's going to be correct or not. Anyway, 17th, we got Wolves. And the reason why I've gone for Wolves is because, this season I feel like is going to be the beginning of the end for the Wolves project. Star players have gone. Their manager Nuno has gone to Tottenham, and yeah, this season I just feel like instead of challenging for Europe like they used to do, they're going to be battling relegation. They're going to be in a relegation battle, and they'll only survive by the skin of their teeth. So sorry about that, Wolves fans. Anyway, 16th, I've gone for Watford. And, the reason I've gone for Watford is because last season they actually did a good job. I've done my research and I found out they finished second in the Championship. So that shows they're in good form. And also, the players that helped them stay in the Premier League for 4 years, most of them are still there. So I'm predicting a comfortable 16th finish for Watford. And, they'll be in a relegation fight, but I think they'll survive comfortably. Anyway, 15th, I've gone for Brentford. And in my opinion, I think Brentford, out of all the newly promoted teams, are going to be the most interesting to watch this season. I watched them beat Arsenal, and yes, I know, nowadays beating Arsenal, that's something that any team can pull off nowadays. But still, considering that was their first ever Premier League game, and they beat a team like Arsenal, it is an achievement for them. And, not to mention their fans in that game making all the noise, creating an incredible atmosphere. I think it's fair to say that this season, playing away at Brentford is going to be tough for any team. And that's why I've gone Brentford finishing 15th. Survival will come for them. And then 14th, I've gone for Brighton. And the reason I've gone for Brighton is because, ever since they came into the Premier League in 2017... they've always just been one of those teams. No matter how bad they seem to get, they always manage to stay up. And that's why I think that despite Ben White, their star defender, going to Arsenal, I think that they will stay up, and that it will be another survival story for Brighton. Anyway, 13th, I've gone for Burnley. And the reason I've gone for Burnley is because, just like Brighton, they're a solid team and they always manage to stay up. And I think, they're just going to be typical Burnley, just frustrating, difficult to break down. And yeah, a team like that is going to stay clear of relegation, and they're going to finish 13th in my opinion. Anyway, 12th place, I've gone for Newcastle. And, it's a funny thing at Newcastle, because Newcastle fans last season were saying that if Steve Bruce stayed the manager, then they'd be getting relegated. Well, he did stay as the manager, and instead he did a rather incredible job of keeping them up. So now that just got me thinking, now that Newcastle do know how to play football, kind of, I think that they will stay clear of relegation. They'll be nowhere near a relegation fight this season, and they'll finish 12th, which, by Newcastle standards would actually be quite incredible. And another fact that, could make this more believable is that Steve Bruce has managed to get the same points tally as Rafa Benitez, which, congratulations to him. We all thought it'd just be a massive useless lump of fat on the sidelines, but yeah, I'm going 12th place Newcastle. Anyway, 11th, I've gone for West Ham. And yes, I know, West Ham, they finished 6th last season. Jesse Lingard was scoring the goals for them. But to be honest, I don't really see the same thing happening this season. I think it's going to be more like the typical West Ham. The West Ham that's got East Londoners all around East London just screaming at their TV screens. And yeah, sorry West Ham fans, but I'm predicting 11th place finish for you. Anyway, 10th place, I've gone for Arsenal. And this prediction actually makes me quite sad. Because, imagine a team like Arsenal, 13 Premier League titles, the third highest in English football, and, you've seen the match last Friday against Brentford. They crumbled, they got bullied off the pitch, and, if Arsenal were actually on good form, then maybe I'd be able to say, it's the first game, let's not say anything about that. But it's not the first time that Arsenal have crumbled against a team that they should have beaten. So, sorry Arsenal fans, but I'm predicting another depressing season for you. And this time, you're going to finish 10th. Anyway, 9th, I've gone for Leeds. And the reason I've gone for Leeds is that last season, I think they defied most of our expectations. Their first season back in the Premier League was in 16 years. And they finished 10th. And, with a manager like Marcelo Bielsa, who knows how to get results of big teams, with players like Patrick Bamford, who know how to score goals, and let's not forget, Ellen Road with fans this season is going to be a rough place to go for opposition. So I'm predicting for them a solid 9th place finish. 8th place, so in 8th, I've gone for Aston Villa. And the reason I've gone for Aston Villa to finish 8th is because things are really looking good for them. They're no longer that team that are staring relegation right in the face. Last season they finished mid-table, and this season I'm predicting them to finish 8th. Yes, one of their star men, Jack Grealish, has gone, but I think, with that 100 million transfer fee from Man City, they will make the most of that. And like I said earlier, they got Danny Ings. I'm pretty sure they got other players as well. So I'm predicting an 8th place finish for them. And in 7th place, I've gone for Everton. And the reason I've gone for Everton is because, well, it's Everton, Nothing really special about them. Last season, they had Carlo Ancelotti and they only finished 10th. And this season, they got Rafa Benitez. And, Everton fans, I don't know why they're feeling, unhappy about Rafa Benitez. They should be happy. They got a good manager, but you know what? I just feel like it's just going to be another typical Everton performance this season. And not to mention, one of their star players is suspended. And sorry, Everton fans, but looks like more depression awaits you guys. Anyway, in 6th, I've gone for Leicester. And yes, I know, Brendan Rodgers has done an amazing job at Leicester. Last season, winning the FA Cup. A couple weeks ago, winning the Community Shield. And, also, on a couple of occasions, he has come extremely close to taking Leicester into the Champions League. But sorry, Leicester fans, but, I know how much you want it, but I don't think you're going to get it. Because considering the strength of other teams, like the big, like teams like Man City, Liverpool, Man United, Chelsea, all those teams, I think they're just going to prevent Leicester from getting into the top 4. So I'm sorry, Leicester fans. Anyway, in 5th, I've gone for Tottenham. And from what I've heard, Harry Kane, he is staying at Tottenham. And if that is true, then him combined with Nuno as the manager, as well as the other key players from Spurs, You know, they're going to be much more like, you know, the fast attacking side under Pochettino. They're not going to be like how they were under Jose Mourinho, playing slow, defensive, depressing football. They're going to be at it this season, and I think that will carry them on to a 5th place finish. Now, we're on to the top 4, the Champions League spots, and 4th place, and this is where you guys are going to hate me for this, but 4th place, I've gone for Man United. And I know what you Man United fans are thinking. Oh my God, we've got Sancho, we got Varane, we got Rashford, we got Greenwood. How dare you place us in 4th? Well, here's the thing. Yes, whilst United have had a good transfer window, and whilst I do think they will challenge for the league title, I just think that there are teams that are stronger than them. And you know, in my opinion, Man United are yet to prove that they can perform on the big occasion. You know, last season they lost to Villarreal on penalties. You know, they also lost to an underachieving Liverpool team at home. So yeah, sorry Man United fans, but in fact, no, I'm not sorry Man United fans, and you're gonna see why. But yeah, I've placed Man United in 4th, and 3rd place, it is my team, it's Liverpool, and I know, as a Liverpool fan, I should be going for Liverpool to finish 1st, but I don't want to jinx it, because last season I went for Liverpool to finish 1st, and it didn't really work out well. And yeah, the reason I put Liverpool in 3rd is because yes, Van Dijk and Gomez are back, and that's great news. But you know, look at reality. You know, they've been out for a year. They're gonna have a few rusty performances, even though Van Dijk did keep a clean sheet on Saturday against Norwich. And you know, to avoid looking like an idiot, I've put Liverpool 3rd. Better safe than sorry. Anyway, in 2nd, I've gone for Manchester City. And you know, I have a bit of an issue with how people hype up Manchester City's transfer window. You know, because yes, they signed Jack Grealish for £100 million, and you know, 100 million. That's the amount of money you pay for someone who has won a few league titles, has played a fair bit of Champions League football, and has proven himself to be one of the best players in the world. And you know, Jack Grealish, yes, he was good. He's been good for Aston Villa and for England in the Euros, but is he really worth 100 million? I don't think so. And you know, they've spent 100 million on Grealish, and in the process, they've missed out on the chance of getting Lionel Messi. They also haven't found a replacement for Sergio Aguero, which, like I said, you know, if Harry Kane stays at Tottenham, then you know, who's gonna fill in that striker role? So sorry, Man City. No, actually no. I'm not sorry to you guys either. You guys, you deserve to finish 2nd. I actually cannot bear to see you guys win the league again. I just can't. And then 1st place, you know, you probably can guess what it is by now. 1st, I have gone for Chelsea. And the reason I've gone for Chelsea to win the league is pretty simple. You know, in January 2021, when Thomas Tuchel took over as Chelsea manager, Chelsea were 8th in the league and looked an absolute mess. You know, even Arsenal could beat them. But then, in May 2021, you know, Chelsea were 4th in the league. They were FA Cup finalists and were Champions League winners. You know, players like Mason Mount and Kai Havertz were really proving their worth at Chelsea, and I feel like they're only going to get stronger with the signing of Lukaku, which, again, another player who I feel as though isn't quite worth 100 million, but he is definitely closer to the 100 million mark than Grealish. So yeah, obviously my heart wants Liverpool to win the league, yeah, don't get me wrong, but still, I don't want to look like an idiot. I want to play it safe, so that's why I have gone for Chelsea to win the league this season. And now it is on to the 4th. Now, if you're a Man United fan and you've made it to this part of the video, you're probably very angry at me that I've basically thrown your great transfer window aside and said that you're going to finish 4th below Liverpool. So I'm going to make you a deal, and it is a deal that I promise I will keep my end if you guys can do your bit. So the deal is, if Man United finish above Liverpool, then, okay, how do I explain this? Alright, so for the past month, I have become a rather huge fan of this certain singer. I'm not going to tell you who it is, but I have become a fan of this certain singer, and the deal is, if Man United finish above Liverpool, and if you guys prove me wrong, then I will go on camera wearing an embarrassing t-shirt saying how much I love this singer, as well as reciting a romantic poem about how much I love them. Do we have a deal? I think we do. Anyway, that's all I have for today. Comment down below, who do you think this mystery singer is, and also, do you think my predictions have a fair chance of coming true, or do you think I've got the league table completely wrong? That's all I have for today. If you've enjoyed the video, make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe, and enable those notifications. Goodbye!